Well, I wonder if Amazon is ready to lose even more money. Amazon Games developing new The Lord of the Rings MMO. Like anyone gives a toss what Amazon Games are doing? Like, are you for real? Yeah, just butcher that series into oblivion. Make it so laughably bad that you lost viewership week on week out. But we'll definitely hang around for your Amazon Games MMO. Yes. 100%. Can't wait. It's definitely going to be better than, all those other games that are out. Shadow of Mordor and all that like. Oh, 100%. Can't wait. This will be amazing. Inspired by the Lord of the Rings. So nothing, not Lord of the Rings then. Is what basically the same stuff that people hated about the series. Cool. Can't wait. Goodness me. So Amazon Games announced plans this week to develop and publish a new massively multiplayer online game inspired by J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. That's right, gotta milk the tits off that cow. Bleed them dry. Even though you bled them dry on the series, but no one wants to watch it. The game is already in the early stages of production, with development being led internally by Amazon Games Orange County, the studio responsible for New World. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. New World was one of the first major releases under the Amazon Games banner, and Amazon Games Orange County studio is hoping to leverage its learnings. Wasn't that what they said about the series as well? Isn't that what Disney just said about the massive failure of Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser? Fucking hell, this is what a joke. Anyway, so they're going to leverage its learnings with the game on the newly announced The Lord of the Rings project. So it's almost like they're like, well, we messed up on New World, right? We messed that up. But we're going to learn from that and do better. Please buy our game. Fuck off. New World was also an open world. So you know what that means, don't you? Well, that's what they say here. Many of its features will serve as the foundation for the development of Lord of the Rings. Basically, they're reskinning their game. They're reskinning their first game. Oh, God, you can't make this stuff up. They're literally reskinning their own game with a new IP. To try, I bet you anything, to try and lower the loss from the game. Because obviously profit and loss, they could wrap some of that into the loss reduction of the previous game. So funny. Anyway, in comparing the similarities of the two games and how The Lord of the Rings will benefit from its predecessor, Amazon Games explained in its press release. For example, New World enabled huge multiplayer battles at a scale which is uncommon in video games due to the sheer complexity of enabling dozens of players to seamlessly interact within the same instance. This proficiency has a clear application and relevance to Tolkien's Third Age, which famously featured large-scale battles of its own. In fact, this game will give the studio a new opportunity to make much of what worked so well for New World, revisit it with the benefits of several years' worth of technology advancements, and apply them in a way that's relevant to the Lord of the Rings reskin. A shiny new skin. While New World's Azoth engine will form the foundation of the game, the Orange County studio plans to evolve that engine considerably to deliver something that feels distinct from New World. You'd fucking hope so. And fitting for the world of Middle-earth. The team has some big plans for the next generation of New World's Azoth engine that will unlock exciting new possibilities for its take on Middle-earth. You're reskinning a game. Like absolute cringe garbage. You are literally just reskinning your game, trying to sell it off to do loss reduction. How embarrassing. Absolutely how embarrassing. God damn. As if the epic failure of Lord of the Rings wasn't enough. That series bombing into oblivion so hard. They're like, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll just reskin this game. It's like, no one's going to buy this shit. You may recall that Amazon Games had previously been linked to the development of an MMO based on The Lord of the Rings. No. Well, apparently they were. We were so excited to get the first opportunity to build an MMO based on one of the world's most beloved fantasy properties. So it broke our hearts when that initial deal ultimately fell through. I was surprised by this because the Embracer Group now own it. Is it Embracer Group? It's Embracer Group. They own Middle-earth stuff and they've sold it off again now to Warner Brothers. So I'm surprised. We were so endeared to Tolkien's world and the project that we never gave up on the possibility of one day bringing it back to the table. So you can imagine our absolute delight when our friends at Embracer Group, it bloody well is, and Middle-earth Enterprises formally gave us the green light to get to work. That's probably Embracer Group going, oh, we just need a quick bit of cash flow. We're just selling the rights real quick. We're honoured and flattered by their faith in us. They shouldn't have any. And we're determined to build the best possible The Lord of the Rings MMO, and something that the franchise's millions of fans all over the world will truly love. I mean, no one's going to love this. Maybe like 2 people. Behave. Specific detail about the game's lore or general combat mechanics have not been revealed, but Amazon Games did promise to deliver an experience incredibly faithful to the rich fantasy lore established by Tolkien's landmark novels. Now listen to the word in there. Incredibly faithful to the rich fantasy lore. So, to me, that just reads the wider narrative, i.e., well, dwarfs are dwarfs and elves are elves. Not, this person did this at this age. It's not going to be that. Anyway, release date's not been announced. Of course it's not. But the game will be available on PC and consoles. Interestingly, this isn't the only MMO based on The Lord of the Rings. In 2007, developer Turbine released The Lord of the Rings Online. The now free-to-play MMO is still alive today, now being developed by Standing Stone Games and updated regularly, with its most recent expansion, Fate of Gundabad, having released in 2021. I mean, that sounds infinitely better. It's for free, and it's not associated with Amazon, which is by, obviously, you know, any metric associated to a pile of wank series. So anyway, they just love taking L's, don't they? What do you think? Drop thoughts down below.